You are now live. Hi.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Mary.
I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you for coming.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going, everyone? Okay, so we're going to let some people pop on, but hello. Today is Friday, February 8th, and I've started to make this my little habit to go live at about 11:30 a.m. on Friday. The first week I had my lovely friend on, Alicia, talking about Reiki and essential oils. Then last week we talked about skincare and essential oils. And today I'm so happy to introduce you to my good friend, Mary. You guys can find her over at Essential Drops of Light. And she and I have known each other a long time now. She's one of the leaders on my doTERRA team, and she has so much light and love to give. So you guys are going to be really happy to have her on here and all of her knowledge. Before we dig into chakras and essential oils, let me ask you this. What is your favorite essential oil?
Right this moment, because obviously, as you know, it changes.
Yes, it does.
Right this moment, it's neroli.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
We're
doing this protocol right now, Spread the Love.
Okay.
Where we are putting the neroli on our Sanjiao channel, which is right up your arm. And something about the ritual of applying it like that, but then also the smell.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
It just, and I've had people ask me lately, what are you wearing?
Yeah. Because for those of you that haven't smelled neroli before, it is floral, but there's maybe like a tiny bit of bitter in it from the bitter orange. So it's sweet and floral, but not overpowering.
It's not cloying.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a really unique and interesting smell, and it kind of gets a little addicting. This is neroli, beautiful energetically. Beautiful on skin. I love it even in my armpits. It just works really well as a deodorant.
I love it in your armpits
too.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so you guys, as you hop on, we'd love to see where you're from. And the last couple lives I've done, if you caught those, you know that we were in different places. We had some technology issues the first time. We didn't really have any technology issues last week with Cass. But we decided to do this in person. So we're
fun.
In the same area, in the same aura, energetic feel.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Our auras are overlapping right now.
Yes, they are overlapping. Okay, so let's see. You've been working with essential oils for how long?
A little over 4 years.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was introduced to them by my good friend Emily.
Yes.
And I've loved learning alongside you. Yeah. And I'm so excited about just not only the physical aspects of the oils, but also like the energetic aspects and the emotional aspects.
Yeah, and one of the things that we talk about a lot is just how our journey with doTERRA changes, and we often feel like we're just kind of peeling another layer of the onion. Like we started talking about probably like reducing toxins and how to use them in your medicine cabinet and how to use them as first aid, and we've just gone on this journey of like now you're really working in a more energetic space. And I got to go to Mary's New Moon Circle over the weekend. And there were so many healers there and so many practitioners and all in a circle doing some yoga and breath work and meditation and then applying the oils and sharing the oils.
It was good.
It was good.
It was a good one.
Yeah. The oils so beautifully dovetail into so many different modalities.
Agreed.
And so there's the never-ending the never-ending education and the never-ending opportunity to learn more, do more.
I know. I love it.
Yeah.
So this is a fun one that I'm learning more about right now. So I don't know that I'd say I'm the expert on chakras and essential oils, but I'm loving learning more and more. And I'm happy to share what I know.
Awesome. Okay. So let's start. And as you guys go, I can flip back through here and see if we have any questions. But if you have any questions about what Mary is sharing, please feel free to type them in. And also, if you have any questions about, the topic that we don't cover, put that in as well. Okay, so where should we start? Okay, let's start with actually what are chakras.
Yes,
okay.
I love this.
The basics.
The basics. So chakras actually are from several different traditions. Several different traditions talk about energetic centers in the body. So Ayurvedic, as well as like in Chinese medicine. And so there are 7 basic chakras, which are what we are going to be covering today. We're going to be focusing on those 7 chakras. Those are our real energetic centers, but there are actually 21 chakras in all. So a good way to visualize them are sort of each of those 7 centers are a little spinning energetic field. They actually sort of spin clockwise is the idea. And when they're spinning unimpeded and they're balanced, they're all in balance, we are living in flow, right? Like things we are not experiencing dis-ease of the body, and also, we are like just vital when those are in balance.
Feeling really good.
Yeah.
So we're vital physically, emotionally, energetically, all the different ways. Okay.
All the ways.
So what happens when a chakra gets thrown off, and how does that even happen?
So some ways that happens is when you are experiencing someone else's negative energy that can affect the energetic flow of your chakras. And, when you're experiencing dis-ease in the body, that can either sort of stem, it's that sort of which came first, the chicken or the egg, that can stem from an imbalance in a chakra, or you're fighting whatever is coming in at you, and that might result in an imbalanced chakra.
Contribute to kind of. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because one of the things that I feel like I'm constantly reminded of, and even yesterday in a conversation I had with a naturopath, is how holistically we're connected.
Yes.
The mind
Absolutely.
Is so connected to the physical being.
Yes.
And it manifests in so many different ways, in that way, and also the physical into the mental.
When we don't feel well, it's really easy to get into a negative story in our heads.
And they're really starting to find that the root of a lot of disease in the body is energetic and emotional and mental, and what we're storing in different spots. They are seeing a connection to cancer in that particular area, which is wild to me.
Yeah.
So we're just so deeply connected. So
Right. I've been learning a lot about the microbiome and how much, really just on a cellular level, like if we can communicate with our cells.
Right.
Like our cells are communicating with us. We have the ability to communicate right back.
Yeah.
And let them know, it's okay.
Yeah.
You got this. I got help. Help's on the way.
And that they're live beings, they're live substances. Like, it's pretty wild to think about, because we just think it's all right here. And then energetically or emotionally, we know a lot of it's coming from here. But man, it's wild to think about how alive we are on so many different levels.
Yes.
Whoa. We need a scientist here to explain that a little bit more. Okay, so let's talk about the 7 chakras. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, well, I definitely want to start at the root chakra.
Okay.
Right? So the root chakra is actually at the base of your spine. And it's kind of like where your tailbone is. And this is responsible for just your very basic sense of well-being, right? Being okay in the world. So you sort of survival, stability, a sense of security. If your root chakra is out of balance, here's some things that you might experience.
Okay.
So it depends on whether that root chakra is underactive or overactive, right? So an underactive root chakra might look like having really bad boundaries energetically, like letting people really steal your energy, sort of energy vampires. It might look like depression, having a really hard time engaging in your life. It might look like just really neglecting yourself. It might have sort of a really chronic disorganization to it. It might look like just a feeling that you don't belong. So that's underactive. Okay.
Quick question about that. Could you or would you say that a lot of empaths have a root chakra that's out of balance?
Because of those poor boundaries? Yep, that could be. Okay. Yeah, that would be a place to shore up boundaries for sure.
To get that back into alignment. Yeah.
And then the overactive, right? So the underactive, you might also be really underweight, like not well nourished, not doing a good job of nourishing yourself. You might also find that you have issues with basic survival, like you might have really deep-seated money issues, or be homeless or houseless, or not getting enough to eat. So real basic survival stuff.
Yeah, interesting.
Overactive might be more like, okay, I'm gonna hoard all the things, right? I'm gonna overeat. I'm gonna like medicate with food. I'm going to be more like addicted to things, right? So sort of that hoarding of resources. And also just a little bit of feeling like aggressive, or just like a need to really show that you're the best, right? Out of a real sense that you're not sure you are the best.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about this? Can you be both overactive and underactive in a chakra? Is that even possible?
That is a really good question.
Okay.
I imagine that it changes from time to time, right? It's not static. So I would imagine, from one moment to the next, you might be one or the other.
Okay.
In the exact same moment? Yeah. I don't know.
But at its core, the idea is that the chakra is out of balance. Like that energy center is out of whack, and it needs to be brought back into.
Yep. And then so the just very physical complaints that you might find are things like lower back or sciatic pain, because that's where that root chakra lives. Constipation, actually really having sort of getting sick often can be a root chakra imbalance. Issues with your feet, your legs, your knees, your groin, your hips, everything in this lower region of your body, which is your root chakra.
Got it. Okay, so what oils would you use for the root chakra, and how would you use them?
Yeah. So there's actually a couple of different oils, and I'm not going to talk about all the different oils because the way oils work is there's different oils that really resonate the most. These oils work on a vibrational level, right? And so there's different oils that are going to be the perfect fit for different people, but my go-tos, I actually have a couple for each chakra, depending on whether that chakra is underactive or overactive.
Okay.
So this root chakra, pretty much, I'm going to say the basic one that I would recommend for folks is Cedar Wood. Cedar Wood is a beautiful, it just smells like you're in a sauna in the woods. I don't know, it just smells to me like, it smells to me like comfort.
Yeah.
But because it's that tree oils are very grounding, right? And so this basic sense of being rooted is going to be so supported by this tree oil. Yeah. Then there's also, if you've got that underactive root chakra, really disorganized, really kind of nervous energy, the balance grounding blend.
For sure.
So grounding is a nice one.
So are we applying this to, the base of our spine then?
Base of your spine.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to do it right now.
Okay, do it.
I'm going to balance all my chakras as we're talking.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I love
this. It's going to be good.
I love this.
Okay, cool. Okay, what's the next one?
Okay. The next chakra. Oh, if your chakra is overactive, I would recommend patchouli.
Okay.
It'll help kind of bring you back down.
Okay.
A little bit. The next one is our sacral chakra.
Okay.
So the sacral chakra is located just slightly below your navel.
Okay.
Right? Okay. This is the source of your creativity and your sexuality. So this one is, if you are finding that you're out of balance in this chakra, let's talk first about just emotionally. If you're underactive, you're going to be very kind of guarded. You're holding yourself slightly apart and above. You're not very emotionally connected. You might really have poor social skills, like social anxiety, not really enjoy interacting with people. Certainly have kind of sexual repression happening. And then if you're overactive, you might, feel like you have a constant need for sexual interaction. You might have a lot of compulsive behaviors, gambling or drinking or kind of self-medicating like that. You might be overly emotional, right? Really, every little thing really sends you way off kilter. You might find that you get your one person that you're super dependent on, and you get like a barnacle, right? Like they're going to be your rock. They're going to be the one who's centered and balanced for you.
Okay.
So physically how this might manifest is disorders in your reproductive area, right? It might look like infertility. It might look like, my second chakra was super out of balance. And I had a fibroid, and it looked like bleeding constantly for months and months. Yeah. Really sapping all of my energy, my lifeblood, literally. So getting that taken care of then helped me to be balanced in that chakra.
Right.
You might have urinary, spleen, gallbladder. Anything kind of in this region of the body.
Okay. Yeah.
Out of balance.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about the oils that make it better.
Yeah. What would that be?
So, if you're underactive, if you out there in Instaland are underactive, you might find that cinnamon is a really good one to sort of add some spice. Yeah. Right? Add some
spicy oil. I love it.
This is a hot oil, so I would say dilute it, but then go ahead and put it you can put it under your belly button, or you can put it around your belly button. That's kind of a nice one.
Would you use a carrier oil for
I would use, it's the hot oil.
You just say dilute it. Yeah.
A carrier oil.
You want to dilute cinnamon.
Yes.
It's too spicy without it.
It's too spicy, although I will say we did just make, we just made this fun, like, kind of Valentine's Day lube that included both cinnamon and peppermint. So when you blow on it, and cold. You've got hot and cold.
Yes.
But very well diluted.
Yeah.
So then for the overactive, we would actually look at Purify.
Okay.
Which helps kind of bring us back again.
Yeah.
So, and then the main one that I would talk about for either under or overactive is wild orange. And wild orange
always good.
Is always good. Yeah. It's our sense of abundance, right? Wild orange is the oil of abundance. And so this one, use it all the ways. So you can put that in that area of the body.
Crack it open.
Yeah. And you guys, you might consider making a blend out of all of these oils. A roller bottle blend where you can actually just go through.
Gonna just like let it
And
lift up.
Yep. Uplifting. Uplifting.
Yeah.
And creativity.
Yeah.
Oh, the orange is real, especially I feel like at this time of the year when the days are short, they can be really cold.
Yes.
This is like sunshine in a bottle.
Yes.
So it really helps.
It's literally happiness.
It sparks creativity and joy.
It's also just wild orange, just a little like PSA. Wild orange is one of the ones that I would think hands down is the favorite to diffuse. Mm-hmm. This time of year, you can add it to any roller bottle recipe. It's going to be amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
it's true.
Yeah. Wild orange.
It is one that is photosensitive.
Yeah.
So as you're thinking about, when you're balancing your chakras and it's bikini weather, not February in Portland.
We don't have to worry about that here.
Yeah. You do want to make sure to put it where the sun don't shine, right? So unless you want to have a special little extra tan where the oils were, you do want to apply probably before going to bed.
Yeah. So apply it under your clothes if you're going out into the sun.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Let's move on.
So the next one is our solar plexus, which is slightly above the navel.
Right.
Yep. It is our sense of power, our self-worth, our self-confidence. This one is our personal will. So when you have an underactive, you're having low self-esteem. You're actually kind of a victim mentality, right? Everything's happening to you. It's not your fault, but you can't really do anything to change it.
I know people like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And so you're kind of unreliable because, nobody can rely on you. Like, you're not going to follow through because it doesn't really matter. You can't take responsibility. Yeah. If you're overactive, again, you might find yourself really aggressive, bossy. You have this need to be right. Like you can't let it go, right? I got it. I got the answers. You might be really self-centered. You might have like a pretty narrow focus, like my way or the highway. You might find physically that you've got eating disorders or intestinal trouble, digestive trouble, things like diabetes might manifest, food allergies, all kinds of disorders of the stomach. And from that might also find like a depression or mood disorders, because this is our second brain in our stomach, right? This is actually so much responsible for our emotional well-being. So let's talk about how we counteract this and get into this responsible, reliable, like good self-esteem place. So we would want to be using, if we have that low self-esteem, underactive solar plexus, we want to use bergamot. Bergamot is the oil of self-worth. It's incredible.
Let's crack it open.
Let's crack it open.
Since your hands are full.
Yep. This one is my very favorite for just when you're feeling down on yourself. This one really brings you back into it helps you remember all the things that are unique and special and good about you. Apply it on that solar plexus. And then if you are feeling overactive, you need to be reined in a little bit. Wintergreen is a good one for that.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rein it in.
Rein it in.
Let's talk about the heart chakra.
Okay.
Heart chakra is going to be shy. A little fear of getting hurt.
Like protective.
Very protective of your heart. Of feelings of being really lonely or unlovable. Which might mean that you're fairly antisocial, have a hard time getting into relationships, whether that's romantic or friend. And then how about overactive? Overactive is going to look like you are really concerned with the people in your life. Like you are meddling in their business. You like make it your own. You take it on. You make it yours. You have really bad boundaries. So this, again might be for those that are really empathetic. You're like overly empathetic. Right. You have a tendency towards jealousy because you're not secure in the fact that you will be loved. You might stay in abusive relationships if this is the case. And physically, you might have disorders of the heart. Also the lungs, the thymus, the breasts, the arms. You might find that you have trouble with asthma, shortness of breath. Your immune system might be a little compromised. So let's talk about being in balance and being having an inner peace and a good, strong self-assurance. For those with an underactive fourth chakra, geranium is a really good oil. This is one that is pretty strong. Not everybody loves the smell of it. If you need it, sometimes you really don't like the smell of it. And so don't let the smell scare you away. Some people love it.
I've been applying geranium over my heart, and I don't love the smell of it. It is very overpowering to me, but over my heart, it's just far enough away from my nose. But what I notice is that it feels like love. In fact, it is the oil of love and trust, right? And you put it on and it feels like love. So if you have your geranium and you don't necessarily know what to do with it, or you haven't ever used it before because you got it and you were like, oh, that's not what I thought it was. I want to really encourage you, especially through maybe this month, February, the month of love, start applying it over your heart. Just in the mornings, you're gonna feel a difference. It's really supporting and lovely.
And your heart chakra is going to be all kinds of balanced.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's overactive, which is again those like poor boundaries and making other people's business your own, Melaleuca. Melaleuca is the oil of energetic boundaries.
Yes.
And so again, you would just be applying it over your heart.
I know a lot of people that use Melaleuca as their protective oil. So that is a great one to apply over your heart and also over your shoulders, right? It's a great spot to just kind of like let things kind of bounce off of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for everybody, peppermint, which is the oil of a buoyant heart.
Yeah.
So let's put this one.
I'll take that.
Let's put that on our hearts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Peppermint, definitely a favorite around here.
Yeah.
Use peppermint here. Dot you in.
Dot me in. Dot me in. And then let's talk about the third eye, which is right here. This one, we're talking about the throat.
Oh yeah.
Which is our fifth chakra, and it is located right here, that spinning meridian. Underactive throat chakra means you're suppressing your feelings. You have a fear of offending other people or of expressing yourself for fear that people will think that you don't have interesting things or good things to say. You might actually literally have kind of a weak voice. If you're overactive, opposite, right? You are talky. You are talking all the time. You can't really hear what other people have to say because what you have to say is way too important. You might have a really loud voice. You have a tendency to interrupt people and just steal the stage all the time. And then physically, you might stutter. You might have a tendency towards like laryngitis or any kind of pain associated with this area, strep throat, TMJ, irritated sinuses, problems with your teeth or your gums or your nasal area. So the oils to bring these back into balance. The oil for that underactive, where you really want to be heard, you want to be able to communicate, is lavender. Lavender is a beautiful, beautiful oil. I'm going to let you... Yeah. This is actually the one that I would just recommend for either over or under.
And I just recommend taking every single chakra oil and applying it all over your body.
Yeah.
You're just going to be so oiled up and happy.
The days when I wear the most oils are the best days.
Yes,
I
feel that too. Yeah, the days that I forget to apply my oils or that I don't, or it's just like a little dab in the morning, it just throws me off.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
So then our overactive is actually going to be oregano. Oregano, which is nature's antibiotic. That's a hot oil. So if you're going to put it right on your throat, I want you to make sure to dilute it. It's also an oil that has a very strong smell. So it's up to you.
Use oregano with caution. I've learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But diluted, it's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, whether you're over or you're under, lavender is a really good one.
Yeah.
And I actually love to use it before I'm going to be giving a speech or having a hard conversation. I'll just apply it right to my throat.
Yeah.
And lavender is not necessarily one that you have to dilute.
Yeah.
So go for it. Now let's talk about the third eye.
Okay. Third eye.
Third eye is all about living in the present, all right?
That's important.
It is. It's about our intuition and our imagination, our ability to really make decisions and think clearly. So if we've got an underactive third eye, we have a very hard time making plans or setting goals, we're sort of narrow-minded. We might have memory issues, have a hard time. We might also have a hard time, like, sort of with goals in terms of it's hard for us to see the future or imagine the future. And so it's really hard to set goals. Now, on the other side, we might find ourselves obsessed with psychic visions. We might actually have a lot of nightmares. We might space out a lot and not be present.
So that would be an overactive
third eye. Yeah, you might actually even be kind of paranoid and really connected to visions.
I think my daughter might be having an overactive third eye. Listening to you, I'm just thinking of all the, as we're talking, I'm just like thinking of everybody in my life.
Sure.
If you're out there listening, put your hand up if you're doing the same.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I know somebody like that. I know somebody like that. Oh, I fit in that category.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I never space out or have difficulty concentrating. That
doesn't
happen.
Right.
So for the underactive third eye, Clary Sage. I actually love putting Clary Sage right on my third eye. It does kind of open you up to your own intuition.
Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it. Do it. And when you are open to and paying attention to your own intuition, you really feel more optimistic because you have a sense that you're not at the mercy of. You feel more ownership.
More in control.
More empowered. In control. Yeah, more empowered.
Yeah.
And so physical manifestations, headaches, migraines, any kind of neurological disorder. You might have personality disorders or mental illness. You might have trouble with your vision, or your hair is thinning and falling out, or just generally unhealthy. So that Clary Sage really helps with that underactive third eye. And then the overactive is actually the Terra Shield, which is our repellent blend, which I find so fascinating. But that kind of helps you keep out all the bugs, all the pests, right? Which can be those like little like visions and glimpses that are actually not helpful.
All the noise.
The noise, yes, keeping the noise at a minimum. And then our very last chakra is our crown chakra. Now, some people see this as the top of the head, and some people actually think of a point just above the head. This is really our connection to source, to community as a whole, to our sense of being bigger than just ourselves.
Somebody asked for that last essential oil, and that was Clary Sage.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that was
Clary Sage.
Clary Sage.
And what's that the oil of?
Gosh,
we're gonna look it up really quick. Clary Sage is the oil of clarity and vision. Really, that's exactly, it helps with our sense of our perceptions about life, getting a little more clear on what's actually going on rather than the story in our head. And then, and the other one for overactive is actually the Terra Shield is what it's called. Yeah. Which is the repellent blend. It actually smells delicious. I love it. It's the best smelling bug repellent ever. It smells a little chocolatey. I love it. So our crown chakra, when we have an underactive crown chakra, we have a very hard time trusting. We don't trust that the universe has our best interests at heart. We have a sense of separation, sometimes from each other, from our communities, but also from anything bigger than ourselves. We might have learning difficulties. And this one I find fascinating. We might find that we tend to be overactive in a lot of the lower chakras. So if you find that you've got overactive, lots of things.
So if you're overactive in the crown chakra?
No, if you're underactive in the crown chakra, you might
be overactive.
Yeah. In a lot of other places.
It's like it's overcompensating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And then if you're overactive, you might find that you're just very heady, very intellectually based. You might have a tendency to kind of dissociate from your body. I'm married to someone like this. They're just very, very much in their head. And then you might also be really overly concerned with humanity, like to the point of feeling a little bit paralyzed by it. In terms of our physical manifestations of this, autoimmune disorders, migraines, brain tumors, cognitive delusions, dementia, epilepsy. So to bring things back into balance where we just feel loved and accepted by something bigger than us, the oils for those underactive is actually Melissa, which is the oil of light, which makes tons of sense. It just connects you instantly. And then for those who are overactive, a little bit of rosemary right on the top of the head can bring us kind of more back down into our body.
You know what's funny is I'm diffusing rosemary, frankincense, and peppermint in my office right now.
Wow. Ooh, good ones.
Good.
Good ones.
On point, huh?
So this one, the oil that I really like for this one is frankincense. And that's good for whether you're under or over. The way that oils work is that often what they do is they help bring us back into homeostasis. So whether you are over or underactive, you might find the same oils can still be really helpful. Would you like to apply some to your crown?
I would. How about you?
Yeah, and then just tell me how you feel. Do you feel so balanced?
I feel so good.
Right?
I've got oils up and down my center midline.
Yep. Center midline.
Yeah, feeling good.
So if you were going to make a blend that's just good for the chakras. Well, first of all, can we just talk for a second about how Share Oils is having this amazing sale? Yeah. And they have the most beautiful set of chakra roller bottles.
Yeah, they do.
In the colors, because there's a color that coordinates to each of our chakras. In the same way that oils vibrate, colors vibrate. So anyway, that would be a fun thing to do is to make a blend for each chakral center.
And you guys, if you're shopping at Share Oils, just because you mentioned that, I have a code right now. You can use Emily10, all in lower caps, Emily10, to get an extra 10% off your order. So
all in lower case. No caps.
No caps. Thank you.
Yeah. And so if you wanted to make a blend, what I would do is I would actually just start with a drop of each of the oils that we mentioned. So that's Cedar Wood, Wild Orange, Bergamot, Lavender, Clary Sage, Peppermint, and Frankincense. I'm
gonna do that.
Okay.
Because they all smell so.
They smell so really good together.
Yeah.
Do you know my trick? You might have already talked about this, but when I'm making a blend and I have a bunch of different oils and I want to figure out the different proportions, I'll actually just put all of them under my nose and trust my instinct. What does my instinct say? It says I want 2 lavender, 1 frankincense, 2 cedarwood.
Awesome.
So you can do that with all 7 of those oils and just pick out what you want.
I love it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great tip.
Yeah, and there are also roller bottles that have crystals on the top, and there are different crystals that go with each chakra.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can get as creative with this as you want.
Yeah,
and dive into it as deep as you want. Yeah. There's like no end.
I know, it goes on and on.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the oil of light? Melissa. Yeah.
Yeah. And
the lineup of oils.
Yep.
The lineup, should we just hold them all up?
Yep. Let's
do
it.
Let's see. Oh, you got it? Okay.
All right. We have peppermint, bergamot, wild orange, and then I have Clary Sage.
I have Cedar Wood. I have lavender and frankincense.
You guys, I'll take a picture of all of them and just post them in my stories. Yeah. And you need some stones. Yeah, get some stones. I think Share Oils has those too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can also take little crystal chips and put them on the insides of your roller bottle if you don't want to get the roller stone. Mm-hmm. So you've got some options there too. Mm-hmm. Yay! I feel like I learned so much.
Good.
Yeah, I could hear this all day, and you're such a good teacher.
Thank you. I love talking about it.
Yes, so much goodness here. Okay, so you guys go make your chakra roller blend and dig into this to finding more, because we're all so different. We are all so unique. We're going to react to the oils differently, of course, based on our own needs and what is going on in our body and our mind. So use the information that Mary provided to help you identify what might be off in your own body. And then when you work intentionally to move it a little more to center, right? A little more to center, you actually can do that work. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's powerful, and you can make it happen.
And do you want to post which crystals are good for which chakras? I have it here.
Yeah.
We can post that, and maybe even a little just kind of a little mantra that can go with each chakra if it's one that you're working on and applying oils.
Yeah. Because this conversation could go on.
Yeah. But we'll post that.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for being here, as always. And go follow Mary at Essential Drops of Light. Mm-hmm. You can reach out to her with questions as well. Yeah. And anyway, we'll just see you.
And happy weekend, Dean.
Happy weekend. See you later. Thanks for the hearts. Bye.